Tenet 25. Love is manifested from energetic forces. This is one of the simplest ways to understand what energeticism implies. However, it is the most difficult tenet to convey. I begin this section with an example. Imagine two atoms in space. They are alone. Each was granted its course by some event that thrust it in some direction. In this moment that we are discussing, the two atoms approach each other. Neither is aware because they are atoms. Upon just barely passing one another, they give toward the other. This is love. The gravity that the atoms possess causes them to veer off of their original course and toward each other. The energy that the other has is very specific, and their magnetism forces them to attract. The gravitational forces between these two atoms brought them together. The energy that they possess builds between them until they cannot stay together any longer, and a small explosion pushes them apart. Each of them leaves the union with a different energetic configuration, having influenced the other. In space, what makes one atom suddenly move away from its course toward another atom? We know it as gravity and electromagnetism. There are energetic forces between any two objects. Your body is an object, and the planet is an object. There is gravitational attraction between two atoms. We are made of atoms that have come together in various ways and are bonded together through many forces. Gravity and electromagnetism are the primary forces that hold atoms together, as they are always in motion when not at a temperature of absolute zero. Since we are made of them, it should be no wonder that we behave like they and they behave like us. You feel an attraction to something and you move your body or yourself as an awareness closer to whatever that thing or person might be. Between atoms, there is not always attraction, but rather the opposite, distraction or repulsion. When atoms are distracted, they move away from one another without ever actually coming into contact. Our bodies and our awarenesses do the same thing. Given our energetic makeup and the energetic patterns that our bodies and brains are composed of, we either move toward things that are attractive to us or move away from things that are distractive. Love is this attraction. The longer you are attracted to something, the more frequently you move toward it. You take on its energetic patterns and are attracted to many of them. When you are attracted to two things at the same time, you become more distracted away from one of those two things. You are attracted to all kinds of things as a human. We are attracted to things, people, ideas, and dreams. We are attracted for many different reasons. Energetic forces keep us on this planet and keeps all of our atoms together. If you ever study atomic behavior, you will easily understand how love can be explained as gravity and electromagnetism. We are these atoms aware of themselves. We are assemblages of atoms that emit energetic patterns. These patterns are either attractive or not to us, and so we move toward them or away, as we may try. When atoms become aware, gravity is called love. The movement of atoms is due to energetic forces, and thus our movements are due to these same forces. Gravity and electromagnetism are the forces that hold everything together. We exist in a very similar way to these forces, as we are not the parts that we are composed of, but rather we are the movement of those parts and not the parts themselves. We are not our brain, but the movement of it. We are not the matter and energy of the universe that makes up our body and brain, but we are the movement of it. We are a product of this universe. We are not energy aware. We are just aware of the energy that surrounds us, and moves around us. When you move your body toward a person, all the energy that you possess, with the little knowledge that you possess of it, exerts multiple forces upon the person you are encountering. We We are used to most of this, while we remain numb and in denial that these things are happening. Your energetic patterns flood onto other people that you encounter. You physically and mentally exert pressure upon others just by saying hello. I would say that you are like a planet yourself, but you are more like a galaxy with a huge amount of energy and many points that are connected by your energetic movement through those points. You are an energetic galaxy, though you deny it. The more that you are not aware of what you do as a roaming energetic galaxy, the more you unknowingly exert your will upon others. Sometimes this is not so good. We are atomic energy walking and talking to each other. We deny that we have this much power, and we need to wake up and smell the universe. We have so much more power over us than any of our creations. We kill us and torture us in captivity. Nothing else does this to us. We are energy gone wild. Given that each of us are products of a mass of atoms, we find that energetic forces are very difficult to fathom inside of ourselves, and yet they govern our very existence. We are the atoms of this universe, aware of themselves and feeling and sensing this universe. Energetic patterns collide all the time as a result of their gravitational and electromagnetic attraction to one another. Atoms, aware of themselves, call this love and hate. Hate is really distraction when some energetic pattern leaves another. If atoms could remember, they could resent the fact that they were together in the first place. It is the awareness that patterns were together in the first place that promotes what we perceive as hate. Love is when things come together and stay together. This is why I believe that love, as we experience, is a manifestation of energetic forces. We give love its depth of meaning. We love ideas, we love cars, we love peace, we love our mother, we love our spouses or mates, we love our animals, we love our couch. You laugh because it is too true for you to even accept without laughing. In truth, you are loving everything that you come in contact with by virtue of your existence. Love is an action and not a state of being. Love is what gravity does. To say, I love you, is like saying, I talk to you. You have energetic patterns to give. When you give them, you are loving something. Most of us spend a lot of time loving ourselves. There is nothing wrong with that unless you are loving no one else other than yourself. There are 7 billion people on the planet who try in strange ways to love you. Surely you can afford a little of the vast amount of energy that you possess to give some back. The more you are aware of how you thrust your energetic patterns upon others, the more you may decide to take a good look at what you are throwing around for all to absorb. Love is neither good nor bad, just like everything else. Love comes in many forms that pain and please. When two energetic beings come together, this can be understood by energetic beings as love between two energetic entities. What those patterns do in their relationship has everything to do with the energetic patterns that the energetic beings are composed of and exchange. Since everything is energy, everything becomes much easier to understand. So, when a man beats a woman, I know, unthinkable. This is an energetic event with all kinds of energetic roots. I will attempt to describe this situation. The man was, most likely, treated very poorly or has a mental problem that he has not identified with. In short, he does not understand himself and could not control his actions. If he could control his outburst, then he would have, but he did not. This is for him to understand and not the responsibility of the victim. If he continues to not understand himself, he will eventually turn on himself in a variety of ways throughout his life, eventually resulting in an unenlightened death. There are energetic forces between all of us. This is not one of those wishy-washy metaphysical belief systems either, where you feel so fine when you are done. That said, gravity connects all of us in ways that we can only understand by resigning our will to the universe and allowing ourselves to be it. This is pretty easy to do since it has always been done, and you do not have a say in whether you want to be the universe or not. The universe is governed by forces that we can see and know mathematically and physically. Gravity is one. On Earth, we experience attraction and distraction between each other and amongst the things that we care about. That care keeps us close to things that we gravitate toward and love. Love is what we do. One must first love a thing in order to hate a thing. We have always been correct about this, and many other cliches which we do not think enough about. Our hatred is really just another form of love, and this is because of memory. By hating something, one is actually giving that thing thought and energy, which is what loving is. True hatred is to ignore the thing that one is no longer attracted to. Simply ignoring the thing would be true distraction, especially without memory of the thing. Do you see what this implies? If to hate is to ignore a thing, and to ignore a thing that you have a memory of is ignorance, then there seems to be a lot of hateful, ignorant people on this planet. If you do not agree, please research your history a little better before glaring at my energetic patterns like that. Love is a manifestation of the energetic forces between two atoms. These are forces that objects experience in space that we can see with our eyes and understand with our brains. You'll notice that I said we can see it. We see its effects. We see planets' paths bending as they orbit an unstable star. We see stars orbiting each other. We see huge amounts of energetic matter pouring into black holes. These are the wonders of the universe that we should be thrilled and excited by every day. Oh, I forgot. Thinking about the universe makes us seem small. Well, what are we? Big? This tenet asks a lot of you. I know. At this point in my life, this is the best way that I can describe what I have come to understand and know. Gravity is simply two objects coming together. If those objects were aware, then they would not understand what brought them together. As the universe aware of itself, gravity and electromagnetism play a huge role in your life. Thank you for allowing yourself to gravitate toward this book.